We've never made this. This is one we've never made before on
It's
the
a
show.
first, Kevin.
Right now, from historic Paristown in Louisville, Kentucky, it's Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs in front of a live studio audience. I'm Tim Laird along with Kevin Harned. Yeah, we are grateful to be here today where we're really tying in that Kentucky flavor with some Spanish cooking.
Delicious. As you can tell, it's gone.
As we fuse those flavors together, we ask, have you ever had a hot brown empanada?
Put a spin on it.
What was cool about it was the crunch.
We're going to find out the secrets to making that today.
And you just crimp it just like that.
Plus, it doesn't get any better than butter cake.
It just uses such simple ingredients that you just have in your pantry or in your fridge.
We'll share the secrets to that too.
It's all right now on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs here at Paristown in our kitchen theater. I'm Kevin Harned, along with my broadcast partner, Tim Laird.
And Kevin, it's a great day to be in Kitchen Theater, especially that we've got hearty food coming up. We're joined by the great chefs at Kentucky's International Convention Center, who are showcasing the best Kentucky has to offer. And even better, they're revealing the secrets so you can make the same amazing food at home.
So if you would please help me welcome Chef Sebastian Boynton.
Hello, Sebastian. Welcome. Good to meet you.
Come on in here, Sebastian. Great to see you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, a little bit of a transplant from Minneapolis. You've been down here a while cooking at the Kentucky International Convention Center.
yeah.
It's great to have you in the city.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're going to have fun on the show today, and I think you're making something that everybody's somewhat familiar with. If I say the term hot brown, everybody?
But a different style of hot brown. Sebastian, how did this recipe come about?
You've seen it. Everyone goes to the Brown Hotel. It's a gorgeous dish, but I was like, you know what? How can I make it? Put a spin on it. How can I make it a little more fun? So I said, what's better than a little empanada skin and some, more cream cheese and mayo and butter and all kinds of good stuff.
The deliciousness.
Excellent.
So-
All right, well, let's get started, then we'll learn more about you as we go along the way. The hot brown empanada, we've never made this. This is one we've never made before on
It's
the
a
show.
first, Kevin.
It's a first.
We've had some hot browns, but not hot brown empanada.
How do we start?
So the easiest way to start is, of course, cream cheese right in the bowl. And I cheated because, I measured everything out, so it looks really good for you guys. We have some mayonnaise right here. Of course, you can't have a hot brown without turkey,
Yes. Nicely diced, too.
Indeed. A little bit of bacon,
That's
because
always
why
on a
not?
hot brown. Yep.
We have some diced tomatoes as well,
Gives it that nice color.
and a little freshness too.
Yep.
And then for a little spin, they don't do this in the original, but I thought, very southern, a little bit of pimentos in there as well.
Oh, that is very
A
southern.
little bit of fresh parsley, because, again, you can't go wrong with a little fresh. We have, and then this is just a little spice mix that I do. So it's granulated garlic, smoked paprika, and a little bit of onion powder.
Okay.
So a little bit of that goes right in there. And then what you do is just mix it all together. You can do it in a mixer. When we're at the convention center, obviously we're not just making for a small amount of people.
Right.
We're definitely doing it for sometimes 1,000 people to 10,000 people. So mixing it by hand isn't always the fastest way to do it. So the next step is we have our empanada skins right over here. So, and then you can make them at home, or if you're like me, I cheat and I get someone else to make them for me.
That's a good thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? So we have this nifty little tool here. It's it's a little empanada press, or it's a dumpling press. So we use this. Comes with a little cutter, makes it nice and easy for us.
Well, you're cheating the whole way.
You know what? Sometimes you gotta make things a little faster for you. But I'll show you the way to make it at home if you don't have that. So you just take your little empanada.
Look at that.
You take your little spoon, you mix it. Just a little bit goes a long way. And then give it a little press.
Look at that.
Nice and easy.
Oh, you get the perfect crimps.
You get the best crimps.
Look at that.
So,
Hey,
cool.
Kevin, I'll bet you can get one of these at the Dine Company.
Yeah, I bet so.
So, and then if you don't have one of those, because sometimes you don't have it.
Most of us don't.
Yeah. I'll show you one by hand. 'Cause,
all
why
right.
not? I want to make sure that you guys can make it at home.
All right.
So, same thing, we go with the cutter. Once again, take a little bit of your filling. And then you go right over the top with it. Go like that. Push it together. You're going to squeeze the filling inside, and it's okay if it comes out a little bit. That's all right. You take your fork, and you just crimp it just like that.
Wow. That is, that one's done by hand, and that is beautiful.
Love it. Either
Just
way.
like that.
Yeah.
Either way works.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
All right. And I suppose it won't take long for these to cook. There's nothing inside that has to cook, so
Nope,
it's just
nope.
about getting it brown.
Just getting a nice golden brown on the outside, and anytime you're doing frying, you always want to make sure you're going away from yourself. Nothing worse than a little oil splash, so, just for safety's sake, just right away from you. And they won't take long. They'll bubble up. They'll make some noise, do a little splashing. Of course, if you guys have a deep fryer, that makes it even better because, you just throw the basket in and it's nice and easy. But for a lot of people, they don't have a deep fryer at home, so doing it right on the stove is just as good. So while that's finishing its last steps of frying, we're going to take the cheese sauce.
Okay.
I'll do a nice little
Painting of the palette.
chef's swoosh, as we like to call it. One right there. We'll take our other one.
Isn't that the perfect color?
One right there.
GBD. Golden brown delicious.
Golden brown, delicious.
And then I got some final little touches, little peppers.
Oh,
Go off.
look at that. Add a little color. You've grilled those off, it looks like.
Yeah, a little grilled pepper. Nothing hurts with that. And then a little beautiful, some fresh microgreens right on top.
And the micros.
And then, why not? Because I already have it all cut up. A little bit of parsley.
Oh, that looks good.
And there you have it, the hot brown empanada. Wow. Nicely done, Sebastian.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Beautiful presentation. I love that.
If you're looking for works of art like this and just wait until you see how it tastes, you'll find Sebastian along with a whole team of other chefs down at the Kentucky International Convention Center. We're not finished. Irene's coming up next. And you know what we're making, Tim?
I heard a butter cake.
Oh, I can't wait. We've got that with more secrets of Bluegrass chefs when we come back. Stay with us.
Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is served with support from U.S. Foods. We help you make it.
Make food service easier with help from Dine Company, the restaurant store. If you prep, cook, or serve food, we serve you. Shop Louisville's largest selection of new and used food equipment and smallwares in-store or online at dinecompany.com. Experience the difference our people make at Dine Company, family-owned and operated since 1982.
Authentic Mexican cuisine at Gustavo's with 5 locations, including one on Hurstbourne Parkway. It's food that goes way beyond burritos and tacos, with everything from sizzling fajitas to seafood. The bar is stocked with bourbon and one of the best selections of tequila in the area, and Gustavo's own Vida de Reyes Mexican lager with a hint of jalapeno. Taste and feel the authenticity at Gustavo's Mexican Grill in Crestwood, LaGrange, Prospect, Norton Commons, and now on Hurstbourne. Open every day for lunch and dinner. Gustavo's Mexican Grill.
Kevin Harned back with you on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, and right now it's time for another wine find with John Johnson at the Wine Rack.
This time on Wine Finds, we have 2 wines made from grapes that are both pretty obscure, but we think you should know about. The first one is from Chile. This wine is from a winery called Mayu. Mayu is a name chosen by the owners of the winery, which has an Inca meaning for the Milky Way's River of Stars. It's in a region called the Elqui Valley, renowned for having the world's clearest atmosphere and being the best place on Earth for astronomy. Elevation for this vineyard is about 6,300 feet, so we're talking way up there. The grape type is called Pedro Jimenez, or PX. What Pedro Jimenez tastes like, as it's translated through A wine like this is a lot like Sauvignon Blanc. So it's crisp, there's good minerality, there's good acidity, a little bit of floral note to it though, and it's a little bit more tropical than you might get from most Sauvignon Blancs. We just love it. Pairs really exceptionally well, all kinds of spicy cuisine in particular. Wine represents an incredible value too, especially in today's world. The next wine is made from an equally obscure grape, and that's called Pais. Pais is an ancient grape that was brought to South America by the Spaniards. It was introduced into Chile in probably the mid-16th century. It's making a comeback in today's world of wine. What it tastes like is a lot like a little bit peppery Pinot Noir. So there's bright berry fruit to it. There'll be a little whiff of earth to it, but you definitely get this little tinge of pepperiness that you don't find so much in Pinot Noir, but is present in Pais. It's an excellent wine for summer. It's a great red to throw a little bit of a chill on. Serve it with anything from any kind of fish off the grill. You can serve it with tapas. Excellent with like empanadas, and also an incredible value. So there you have it. 2 wines made from grapes that maybe you've never heard of, maybe you've never tried, but maybe you should. PX from Mayu in the Elqui Valley in Chile, and a Pais Viejo, which means old vine Pais, by the way, also from Chile. Come check out these wines and everything else we've got from South America. We think you're going to love what you find. Cheers.
Thanks, John. Stick around. We have more Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs coming up.
The Wine Rack, bringing you wines, beers, spirits, and cheeses of the world for over 18 years. Local, independent, and now offering delivery from the heart of Crescent Hill and online at wineshoplouisville.com.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I've made my way over to the PNC Bank tasting table. Chip's the lucky guy. Well, frankly, all of you were lucky because your plates are clean. By the time I could get from the set over here, you're all like, boom, the hot brown empanadas down the hatch. How were they?
Delicious. As you can tell, it's gone. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And what was cool about it was the crunch.
Yeah.
That's really unusual to have a hot brown flavor, but with crunch.
Well, you know, we think of the hot brown, it's so traditional where you just have the turkey, the bacon, the tomato, the mornayse. This was a little bit of a different spin. What about the pimentos? Could you taste them?
Who does not like pimentos with cheese?
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, the filling would make a good sandwich, too. We were talking about that at the table.
Yeah, or like a dip even, I think. It's just crazy.
Fantastic dip.
And what about the mornayse sauce? That was a little different too.
Yes, it wasn't as cheesy as some that we've had over the years. It was probably more classic.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it with the pimentos.
Everybody liked it? All right. We've got more to come. When we come back, right here, we're making my favorite butter cake on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. Stay with us.
Stop chasing your dog with a toothbrush. Use Pet Silver Teeth and Gum Spray, the natural solution for your pet's oral health, and funky pet breath. Get Pet Silver online at petsilver.com.
I'm Natalie Reese, the owner of Cooking at Millies. We bring in local chefs from restaurants all around Louisville to walk you through a 3-course meal. It's a fun evening of you making dinner, eating, and learning a few things while drinking a glass of wine. We would love for you to join us one evening. Cooking at Millies is for everyone. You know, bring a friend, bring your significant other, bring whoever you want. Just have a great dinner and a great night out.
Tim Laird back with you on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs in our kitchen theater at Paristown. If you haven't discovered Paristown yet, you need to come check it out. This is where Louisville Stoneware was born. Nowadays, it's called Stoneware and Company, and it has a brand new look. And Paristown is home to our Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs kitchen theater, where we have a fun studio audience with us this time.
And Tim, they're all hungry, and they're being treated by the delights of a team of top chefs from the Kentucky International Convention Center. Sebastian made that wonderful empanada good, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're not finished yet. Irene O'Shaughnessy is here, and she is going to be making an incredible butter cake. Irene, come on out.
Hello,
come on,
Irene.
come on.
Hello, Irene.
good
Good to have you here.
afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, the show's all about having fun and making great dishes, and I got to tell you, dessert is my favorite, so.
Save the best for last, but that's a hard act to follow, you know.
True, yeah, everybody loved the empanadas. I can't wait to take a taste of the cake, though. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to make, and then we'll dive into it.
So we're going to be making a Kentucky butter cake today. Kentucky butter cake has been around for as long as I can remember. A little bit of fun history about it. It is actually a Pillsbury Bake-Off winner from a lady named Nell Lewis in Missouri in 1963. So I don't know if she invented it or just had the good sense to enter it in a contest because she knew it was so good she was going to win, but I raise a toast to her every time I make it.
Fantastic.
All right, well, let's get started. We see the general cake ingredients here, so where do we begin?
Well, we're going to start the way that we make most basic cakes, and that's going to be by creaming our butter and sugar. And of course, you know, if you start off with butter and sugar, it's going to be great, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got a cup of butter here, and I have 2 cups of sugar. We're going to be creaming it until it's light and fluffy, and you can tell that it's finished when the butter is kind of lightened a little bit.
All right.
So of course we're going to turn this on and let it rip for about 3 to 5 minutes, and that should do it if your butter is at room temperature. Kind of start off slowly at first. Once you see it mixing in a little bit, you don't want it flying all over the kitchen, right?
Right.
Been there, done that.
We're just going to kind of slowly turn it up. And we're just going to let that go, and while we've got that mixing, we're going to combine our dry ingredients. So I've got 3 cups of flour here. And to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So we've got our butter and sugar pretty good. I'm going to turn it down to the lowest speed, just on stir, and I'm going to add 5 fresh Kentucky farm eggs. And you're just going to really want to add them one at a time.
And that's important.
That is.
Yes, I'm going to let it mix a little bit in between each one. And one little tip that I forgot to mention is when I put my butter and sugar in, I always put my sugar in first because it kind of eliminates the step of having to scrape the bowl down so much. So one at a time, these guys are going to go in here. It's going to start looking really creamy and fluffy. You always want to start and end with your flour mixture.
Good to know.
So we're going to put about 1/3 of it in.
Okay.
And then about half of the buttermilk, and then we're going to repeat that, and we're going to end with the flour.
Alternating as you go there.
Alternating as we go, exactly. So I'm just going to put a little bit of our flour in.
So that'll keep the lumps away and also make sure it's well incorporated.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be all the way mixed in before I start adding the buttermilk because it's just going to continue to mix as we go. And you know what? I forgot my vanilla. And it's not that big a deal because I'm just going to mix it in with my spatula real quick. So we're going to bake this in a bundt pan. And so we're just going to kind of just dump it right in there.
And it's a little thicker of a batter than some cakes.
It is. It's very similar to a pound cake.
Pound, yep.
But lighter.
All right.
So we're ready to put this in the oven. We're going to go in at 325 for about 50 to 60 minutes.
Okay.
All right, well, while we do that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the final touches of the butter cake right here on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.
Zooker is spotlighting local restaurants. Download the Freezooker app and save at hundreds of local businesses right from your mobile phone. Here's today's local spotlight restaurant.
Hi, it's Kamal. This is Mira. Welcome to Mirage.
Start your meal off with one of our amazing appetizers. Our most popular dish is the lamb kebab. Dig into one of our mouth-watering gyro sandwiches. If you're not sure what you want, try our Mirage platter. And you can't leave without trying one of our weekly specials. We offer dine-in, takeout, and delivery through online ordering. For the best Mediterranean cuisine here in Louisville, come see us at Mirage.
Go to the deal marketplace section of the Freezooker app, select their deal, and save. Purchase the deal and save 40% while knowing you're helping a local restaurant. While on the Zooker app, join their VIP loyalty club and receive exclusive offers via email and text message.
Xooker. Zooker.
Download Zooker and start saving big today.
Tim Laird back with you on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs, heading out on the cocktail tour. This time we're in Louisville at Against the Grain Downtown Public House, where they make local beer right on site, along with top shelf pub grub. Everything from gourmet hot dogs and wings to loaded fries and onion rings. And who can resist the Coal Miners Brunch? A burger topped with melted white cheddar, maple aioli, house-made blackberry jam, and a fried egg. Have it with a house-made brew or one of Against the Grain's many creative cocktails. Right now I'm behind the bar where Josiah is going to show us one of those great cocktails.
All right, so this is the French 95, a variation of the French 75 made with gin, but today we're going to use bourbon.
So 20 better than the French 75, the French 95. Where do we start, Josiah?
All right, so first we're going to take an ounce of our sour mix.
Made in-house, by the way, fresh.
Absolutely, always. We're going to add an ounce of bourbon.
Little Monk's Road, bourbon.
There you are. Let's add a half ounce of our simple syrup. Kind of sweeten everything up. I'm going to give it a little stir. We'll strain it into the glass. And then top it off with a little bit of Prosecco.
Just like the French 75, but now the 95 is topped off with a little Prosecco, ready to go?
Absolutely.
Josiah, mind if I taste this?
Oh, please do.
All right. Wow, that is so good. I love it. This Monk's Road works perfect in this cocktail. Wow, cheers.
The Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs Cocktail Tour is presented by The Amp at Log Still Distillery.
It's Egg Fest time here at Brownsboro Hardware and Paint. Stop by Friday evening for our People's Choice and Chop competitions, and then join us for our annual Egg Fest cookout on Saturday from 9 to 3. Get the lowest prices of the season at the largest Big Green Egg dealer in Kentuckiana, plus save 15% on Big Green Egg accessories. With proceeds going to local charity, you don't want to miss Egg Fest at Brownsboro Hardware and Paint. People you know, products you trust.
Savor seasonal food and fine wine on Frankfort Avenue at Veronice with live jazz 7 days a week. Cocktails, dinner, and private events. Late night dining, too. The place to be is at the V. Veronice on Frankfort Avenue.
Hi, everybody. Kevin Harned, Tim Laird back with you right here at our kitchen studio and kitchen theater here at Paristown, where we're cooking with Irene from the Kentucky International Convention Center. We're well on our way. The cake is in the oven, but now we have to make the topping.
All right, so this cake earns its name honestly because we're going to put some more butter in here.
It's a butter cake. A butter cake because butter is better.
Butter's better. So we have a stick of butter, so it's 4 ounces of butter, and we're just going to go ahead and get this in the pan. If you could turn that down for me a little bit, that would be great. So we're going to melt the butter, and we're going to add just regular granulated sugar, and that's about a cup right there. We really don't want this to come to a boil. What we're going to do is melt the butter and kind of just dissolve the sugar. And as soon as your butter is melting, the sugar is going to kind of start dissolving. One of the beautiful things about this cake is it just uses such simple ingredients that you just have in your pantry or in your fridge. You can change it up a little bit. Like I'm going to put bourbon in this glaze, but you could sub that out for water and vanilla if you didn't really want to put bourbon in it.
Well, we encourage bourbon.
As do I.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, perfect timing. The cake is coming.
By the magic of TV.
Cake's coming right out of the oven.
I heard the bell go off.
Yeah. Ding. Wow.
There it is.
Wow.
Here we have our cake.
Nice.
Straight out of the oven. And we're just going to use a skewer because we're going to poke holes all around the surface of the cake. We want this glaze to just soak right in. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to poke it pretty generously here. If you don't have a skewer, you know, you could use a fork or whatever, but we really do want that to just soak in as much as possible, right? So we're going to just spoon this over top. You can use a brush if you would like. And we just don't want to dump it, you know, we kind of want to let it soak in slowly. And I'm going to put about 3/4 of this glaze in here, and I'm just going to save a little bit to put on the top once we pop it out.
Perfect.
So now that's going to soak in, and we're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
We really don't want to let it sit longer than that because what we did put in there is essentially a sugar syrup, and it could tend to stick.
Oh.
So we're just going to let it sit for about 10 minutes.
10
It's
minutes.
going to soak in really nicely. For our purposes here, though, we're going to just go ahead and turn it out.
Okay, here's the moment of truth.
Right, let's see how.
This is always nerve-wracking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moment of truth, right? I do have quite a bit of liquid still in there, so we're just going to see what happens here, right?
Nicely done.
Okay.
So see how well I
see if
greased
that
the
nun's
pan,
still
right?
working. Oh!
There you go. There it is.
Perfect.
Whew. And then I'm going to take just a little bit more of my glaze.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
can't
just
have enough of
gonna-
that.
I'm just going to drizzle it on the top. I like to finish it off with some powdered sugar, whipped cream, fresh berries. You really don't need anything more than that just because it's so rich and delicious.
Look
Yes,
at
indeed,
that.
the whipped
That's
cream.
The presentation. Oh my God. Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
Irene, yeah,
That's
you're
a work
speaking
of
my
art.
language here. I love this, and I know you're going to cut a piece for us
Try
here
a
so we can
slice?
see how. Yeah,
Oh,
please.
yeah.
I got a little whipped cream there. Some of the crust. I like the.
crust.
The crust
Oh,
just
my
soaks
God.
up that glaze.
Oh.
I was hoping you didn't like it.
That, Irene, unbelievable. That is so good.
How about that, Irene? Everybody. Oh man. We've run out of time for today. Let us say thank you. We appreciate
Thank you,
being here.
Irene. Oh
Thank
my
you
gosh.
for having us.
If you ever have an event down at the Kentucky International Convention Center, you know that Sebastian and Irene are behind the scenes working with their team of chefs to make it happen.
You'll be in
And
good
boy,
hands.
They do a great
and
job.
Unbelievable food. You make us proud for the state of Kentucky when everybody comes in.
All right. Thank you, Irene. We appreciate you being here. Tim and I have to say goodbye before we go. We want to let you know, everybody that's here today, it could be you. All you have to do is jump online to mentjuliptours.com. Tim, we'll see everybody next time.
Absolutely.
Good night, everybody.
Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs is served with support from U.S. Foods. We help you make it. Olive oil is an essential part of a healthy, low-cholesterol diet, and it comes in all flavors at Z Olive, home to the finest extra virgin olive oils from around the world. And you can try all of them before you buy. Z Olive also has a wide variety of fine balsamic vinegars, great low-cal flavorings for everything from ice cream to steaks, marinades, and glazes. Z Olive makes the perfect gift, or make it your secret ingredient. Taste the finest at Z Olive in Westport Village.
River House Restaurant and Raw Bar, now open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, featuring the cuisine of Chef John Veronese with a Southern-inspired menu and an emphasis on seafood with a spectacular raw bar. River House, right next to the water tower at 3015 River Road. Reservations recommended.
Zooker is spotlighting local restaurants. Download the free Zooker app and save at hundreds of local businesses right from your mobile phone. Here's today's local Spotlight restaurant.
Hi, I'm Eric. This is my dad, Kevin. We're the owners here at the Manhattan Project in Louisville, Kentucky. Start your meal off with one of our amazing appetizers, like our pork carnitas nachos. Dig in to one of our massive specialty burgers, like our pimento smash burger or our PB&J burger. And you can't go wrong with our build your own mac and cheese. We offer dine-in, carry-out, and catering for any of your special events. If you're looking for some delicious food, ice cold drinks, and a great time, come see us here at the Manhattan Project.
Go to the Deal Marketplace section of the Freezooker app, select their deal, and save. Purchase the deal and save 50% while knowing you're helping a local restaurant. While on the Zooker app, join their VIP loyalty club and receive exclusive offers via email and text message.
Xooker.
Zooker. Download Zooker and start saving big today.